Guys, it reached 102 degrees here in Texas the other day, so I threw on some summer clothes and decided to give you guys the top 10 niche fragrances I've been wearing this summer. Stay right there. So like with most list videos that I do, I'm going to start with an honorable mention. I did pick this fragrance up a couple of years ago and then I sadly sold it. But after I sold it, I was really thinking about it quite a bit. And, you know, I remember because thinking it was kind of funky and that's why I didn't like it at first. But after a while, I remember just thinking about it as another summer came and went. I remember thinking, man, that fragrance actually would have been kind of nice in the heat. This is a marine floral fragrance released in 2002. It is unisex. It has sea notes, floral notes, and musk. It's definitely not for everybody. That's why I put this in the honorable mention category. Try it before you buy this one, but it's very unique. Again, it's just a personal favorite. I would have easily put this one anywhere in the top 10, but just because it's so different, kind of funky, has like a seaweed note, it's kind of powdery and sweet, but it has some seaside notes that might be a bit challenging for some everyday users, but it is very, very niche. From the house of Il Profumo, we have Aria de Mar. Coming to the number 10 spot is an old school fragrance. This fragrance was released in 1916. I'm sure they reformulated it somewhere between those years, but I want to say the original release was 1916. This fragrance is unisex. It is considered a citrus fragrance. This has, it's fresh, spicy, it's woody and white floral, and it's definitely a citrus aromatic. Let's see, it's soapy, old school, and citrus. I consider this more masculine than unisex, but it is very soapy. It has a nice, sharp citrus bite to it. From the house of Acqua di Parma, we have Colonia. So coming to the number 9 spot, the actual fragrance I got in a blind swap about 6 months ago. This fragrance is a unisex woody aromatic fragrance released in 2013. This fragrance is fresh, spicy, boozy from whiskey and juniper. It's green and woody. It's the only fragrance I have from this house. So from the house of Atkins's, we have 24 Old Bond Street. So coming to the number 8 spot is a fragrance that everyone's probably tried out there. Very popular, and very popular for a reason. This fragrance is considered an aromatic. It was released in 1995. This fragrance is fresh, citrusy, woody, musky. A lot of people call it inky. Yeah, very nice, very nice. Almost smells like the top of a mountain. If you guys can guess which one this is. From the house of Creed, we have Silver Mountain Water. Coming to the number 7 spot is a woody aromatic fragrance released in 2016. This was a newer, stronger version, I believe, and it was also put in a new bottle, guys. But if you guys like Xerjoff's Renaissance, you're probably going to like this fragrance because it kind of reminds me of it, and it's more affordable. This is a mojito in a bottle. Everyone says that about Renaissance, but that costs like $200 and something. This one you can probably find online for about 40 bucks. It's also very strong, lasts me all day. I was very surprised by this fragrance. Surprised it's not lower as well in my list because I really do love this fragrance, but there is some better fragrances that I have in my collection this time around. But yeah, guys, if you guys like mint and citrus notes and some patchouli, or just a mojito vibe, you know, with the rum, you're really gonna like this fragrance. So from the house of Guerlain, we have Guerlain Homme Eau de Parfum. So coming to number 6 is a fragrance that made it in the top 3, I believe, in last year's summer list. It kind of went up a few spots this year, but that's okay. It's still in the top 10. This is a very green fragrance. It actually matches the bottle perfectly. This fragrance is a citrus aromatic fragrance released in 2019. It is fresh, spicy, green, sharp, and citrusy. Oh, this is very nice, very sharp. You gotta get your nose on this one. This isn't cheap. I did run a split with the bottle that I got, but it was worth splitting and keeping at least 30 ml for myself. So from the house of Louis Vuitton, we have Citrus Garden. So coming to the number 5 spot is a fragrance that I actually picked up a while back and liked it, but didn't love it. It actually took me, kind of like the Aria de Mar, it took me getting rid of it for me to really appreciate it. You know, it's one of those you don't know what you got till it's gone scenarios. But yeah, this fragrance It was released in 2008. It's considered a floral fruity fragrance. It is sweet, fruity, woody, and floral. Some of the ingredients are fig, black currant, apple, and cedar. Very fruity, very fresh, very sharp. Just super duper fruity. Some people say this smells like rotted fruit. Not really sure if I get that. I've come to appreciate this one more, so I guess my nose doesn't pick that up anymore. I just get a really fresh, bright, strong, fruity fragrance. So from the house of Byredo, we have Pulp. So coming in at the number 4 spot is a woody aquatic fragrance released in 2014. This is fresh, citrus, green, and floral. I consider this a warm but fresh, spicy fragrance. It's the only one from the house that I have, and I really want to try some more from this house. I just can't find any local people that carry the line. But I really do like this fragrance. It's very woody, very citrusy, and it's almost deep and almost like resinous and warm, spicy kind of. I don't know how they acquired that with this being a fresh blue fragrance. But from the house of Juliette Mad, we have Aqua Sexodus. So coming to the number 3 spot is a fresh citrus leather fragrance. This is a stronger version of the original, but I did like the original, but this one just lasted longer, so I like this one better because it does remind me of the original. It just has a leather note that just gives it more punch. It's just sharper and stronger and just better performance all the way around. It is more expensive, so you have to deal with that, but you are paying for better quality. This is fresh citrus, green, white floral, very sharp and citrusy, guys. From the house of Tom Ford, we have Neroli Portofino Forte. And just as a side note, there is still the original Neroli Portofino that you can pick up for a little bit less. They do come in 30 mil these days. And you can also find a clone from Al Haramain called Neroli Canvas, which is a very good and inexpensive clone of Neroli Portofino. Resembles the original more than anything and lasts a lot longer. You can probably get a bottle of this for like 45, 50 bucks for a 75 mil. You guys check out Neroli Canvas if you guys like Neroli Portofino but don't like Neroli Portofino prices. So cover the number 2 spot is a fragrance, again, that everyone's probably tried already. I just happen to get a better batch, so that's why this one is a little bit higher this year than years prior. But this is a citrus aromatic fragrance released in 1995. It is fruity and salty and musky and woody. I do have a 2008 batch, and that actually did make a difference with this because it did last longer on my skin than previous bottles. That was my biggest complaint with this fragrance. Don't get me wrong, this isn't a beast or anything like that. It's just better than the batches that I've had before. Yeah, very salty. Some people say this is watermelon, salted watermelon. Yeah, it just reminds me of the summer. It's inky and fresh and salty and fruity. Very nice fragrance, guys. I'm pretty sure you guys know which one I'm talking about. Pardon the black cap, but from the House of Creed, we have Millesime Imperial. Alright guys, well we're finally here, the number 1 spot. Well, this is a fragrance that I recently acquired, but I have got my nose on it before. I just never actually owned a bottle. I want to say they're getting a little bit harder to find, and then come to find they weren't that hard to find. I guess maybe it was just finding them at a good price, and I think I got this bottle, a partial bottle, for a decent price. This fragrance is a Oriental Spicy fragrance released in 2007. It is citrusy, warm, fresh, spicy. It's creamy, it's woody. To my nose, it's resinous. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Aqua Sexodus in a sense to where it's like fresh and spicy and sort of creamy and thick and heavy and resinous almost. And again, for a fresh fragrance, all it does is tell me is this going to be a little bit longer lasting than most of these other citrus fragrances. But I really did like this one. Again, when I tried it again, I was like, oh yeah, this is good stuff. Very woody, very woody. I think this has oud in it too. I don't really get a lot of your medicinal, your traditional oud, but it's very woody, and whatever oud that it's in there, it definitely helps give it that punch and that oomph. But it's very citrusy and sharp too. So from the house of Xirjoff, we have Kobe. Alright guys, so that was the top 10 niche fragrances I've been wearing this summer. I'd love to hear what you guys have been wearing, so leave your niche summer list down in the comments below. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching our video on my channel. If you like this video, please click that like button, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications for future first impressions videos and fragrance related content just like this. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Dollars and Cents. There, you'll find fragrance-related photos and future contest winners. And as always, until the next video, you guys take care. Thanks.